if you haven't heard of it before, there's an algorithm on Amazon called their A9 algorithm. And basically what this algorithm is it helps determine their hot new releases, their number one new releases. And what the algorithm does is it weights your 48 hours of your book release heavier than any other time. And that's how they populate their best new release list. So for example, with everything in Amazon, it's all about strategy, especially your pre-launch book strategy. So the sales that you have in your first 48 hours, let's say you have 50 of those 50 sales heavily outweigh in terms of velocity having 100 sales over the next couple weeks. So it's so important to have a really dialed in pre-launch and launch day, week, and month strategy for your Amazon book release. Amazon also looks at all of your metadata. So that's things like your categories, your reading age, your title, having HTML in your book description. All of these things help determine how visible your book is going to be on Amazon and how your book is going to be released and launched on the platform. So I know that you don't get to necessarily choose your categories, but you do get to put in those 7 keywords. You do get to pick some categories, and just think about it. There's romance, which has maybe 50,000 books in it, and then you have sports romance, which has 5,000 books in it. So your chance of reaching top bestseller on Amazon really are significantly more possible when you're in those smaller niche categories, which comes down to really targeted keywords, really dialed in and thoughtful book descriptions on your book description page using HTML. That's like when you see authors have some of it bolded, or they use emojis, or lists, stuff like that. So having some of that in. All of this matters for your book launching and for your Amazon sales ranking. This is part of the work that we do with authors in my marketing consultation and my book launch strategies. It's all about getting those pre-sale numbers up and having a really strong launch week, launch month campaign. Just because your book is out there does not necessarily mean it's going to be a bestseller, but there are ways to use what we know about Amazon really strategically, what we know about readers and how reader behavior is done, to make sure that you are hitting reviews, you are hitting those sales, and you are really putting your best foot forward as a self-published indie author on your book release. Comment author, and I'll share more of my author marketing tips with you, including how to work with me for your pre-launch strategy and the launch week campaign of your book.